everyone, welcome back to English for Everyone. I'm John, your host, and today's episode is packed with tips and insights that can make a real difference in how you manage your day-to-day living. We'll be talking about everything from work-life balance and healthy eating habits to budgeting, exercise, and so much more.
Hi everyone. I'm Sarah, and I'm thrilled to be here today. We've got a wide range of topics to cover, and I think you're going to find them both interesting and incredibly useful. Whether you're trying to figure out how to juggle work and personal life or looking for tips on staying fit, we've got something for you.
Before we jump into the discussion, I want to remind all our listeners to like, subscribe, and share this podcast if you're enjoying it. It really helps us keep bringing you quality content each week.
That's right. And don't forget to leave us a review, we love hearing from you.
Alright, let's get started with our first topic for today, work-life balance, strategies for managing work and personal life. Sarah, balancing work and personal life is something a lot of people struggle with, especially in today's fast-paced world. What do you think are the key challenges people face in maintaining a good work-life balance?
That's a great question, John. I think one of the biggest challenges is setting clear boundaries between work and personal time. With remote work becoming more common, the lines can easily blur, leading to burnout.
Absolutely. Let's dive into some questions that our listeners might have about this topic. What are some practical ways to set boundaries between work and personal life?
Establishing a dedicated workspace at home, setting specific work hours, and sticking to them can help. It's also important to communicate these boundaries with your employer and family members.
How can someone effectively manage their time to ensure they have time for both work and personal activities?
Time blocking is a useful technique. By allocating specific times for work, exercise, relaxation, and social activities, you can ensure that each aspect of your life gets the attention it deserves.
What role does self-care play in maintaining work-life balance?
Self-care is crucial. Taking time to relax, engage in hobbies, and disconnect from work helps to recharge your batteries, making you more productive when you do work.
How can employers support their employees in achieving better work-life balance?
Employers can offer flexible work hours, encourage the use of vacation time, and create a culture that values balance. This not only improves employee satisfaction but also increases productivity.
What are the signs of burnout, and how can it be prevented?
Signs of burnout include chronic fatigue, irritability, and a lack of motivation. Preventing burnout involves setting boundaries, taking regular breaks, and not overcommitting yourself.
How can someone manage work-related stress after hours?
Practicing mindfulness or engaging in relaxing activities like reading or taking a walk can help reduce stress. It's also important to avoid checking work emails or messages during your personal time.
Is it possible to achieve a perfect work-life balance?
Perfect balance might be unrealistic, but a harmonious balance where both work and personal life coexist without overwhelming each other is achievable with conscious effort.
How can working parents manage work-life balance effectively?
Planning ahead, setting realistic expectations, and asking for help when needed are key. It's also important to prioritize and delegate tasks to avoid feeling overwhelmed.
What strategies can be used to avoid bringing work stress home?
Establishing a post-work routine like exercising or meditating can help transition from work mode to home mode, reducing the chance of bringing stress home.
How can someone in a demanding job maintain work-life balance?
Prioritizing tasks, setting boundaries, and ensuring you have time for relaxation and hobbies are essential. It's also important to communicate with your employer about your needs.
Now that we've discussed work-life balance, let's move on to another crucial topic: healthy eating habits. Sarah, we all know how important a balanced diet is, but it can be hard to maintain. What are some practical tips for eating healthy?
Definitely, John. One of the best ways to maintain a balanced diet is to plan your meals ahead of time. This helps you make healthier choices and avoid last-minute unhealthy options.
What are some easy ways to incorporate more fruits and vegetables into your diet?
Start by adding a serving of vegetables to every meal. You can also snack on fruits throughout the day and add them to your breakfast cereals or smoothies.
How can someone avoid the temptation of junk food?
Keeping unhealthy snacks out of the house is a good start. Instead, stock up on healthy alternatives like nuts, yogurt, and fruits. Planning your meals can also help you stay on track.
What are some quick and healthy breakfast ideas?
Smoothies, overnight oats, and whole grain toast with avocado or eggs are great options. These meals are not only nutritious, but also easy to prepare.
How important is portion control in maintaining a balanced diet?
Portion control is very important. Eating the right portions ensures you get the nutrients you need without overeating. Using smaller plates and measuring your portions can help.
What are some healthy snack options for people who are always on the go?
Nuts, fruits, whole grain crackers, and yogurt are great snacks that are easy to carry and nutritious.
How can someone ensure they are getting enough protein in their diet?
Including a source of protein in every meal, such as eggs, chicken, fish, beans, or tofu, can help you meet your daily protein needs.
What role does hydration play in a healthy diet?
Staying hydrated is crucial for overall health. Drinking plenty of water throughout the day aids digestion, keeps your skin healthy, and helps regulate your body temperature.
How can meal prepping help with maintaining a balanced diet?
Meal prepping saves time and ensures you have healthy meals ready to go, which reduces the temptation to opt for unhealthy options.
What are some strategies for eating healthy when dining out?
Look for menu items that are grilled, baked, or steamed instead of fried. Also, don't be afraid to ask for dressings and sauces on the side.
How can someone reduce their sugar intake without feeling deprived?
Gradually cut back on sugary foods and drinks, and replace them with naturally sweet alternatives like fruits. Reading labels and choosing foods with lower added sugars can also help.
Let's switch gears and talk about staying active. Exercise is a big part of maintaining overall health. Sarah, what are some of your favorite ways to stay fit?
I love a good mix of activities, John. For me, it's all about variety: running, yoga, and a bit of strength training keep things interesting and keep me motivated.
What are some simple exercises that someone can do at home without any equipment?
Bodyweight exercises like push-ups, squats, lunges, and planks are great for building strength without needing any equipment.
How can someone stay motivated to exercise regularly?
Setting realistic goals, tracking your progress, and mixing up your routine to keep it fun can help maintain motivation.
What is the importance of warm-up and cool-down exercises?
Warming up prepares your body for exercise and reduces the risk of injury, while cooling down helps your muscles recover and prevent stiffness.
How often should someone engage in cardiovascular exercise?
Ideally, aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity cardio per week, which could be broken down into 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week.
What are some exercises that can be done during a busy workday?
Desk stretches, short walks during breaks, or even a quick set of squats or lunges can help keep you active during the day.
How can someone incorporate exercise into their daily routine?
Small changes like taking the stairs instead of the elevator, biking to work, or scheduling a daily walk can make a big difference over time.
What are some benefits of strength training?
Strength training helps build muscle, improves bone density, boosts metabolism, and enhances overall physical performance.
How important is flexibility, and how can it be improved?
Flexibility is key to preventing injuries and improving overall mobility. Regular stretching, yoga, or Pilates can help improve flexibility.
What are some fun ways to exercise without going to the gym?
Dancing, hiking, swimming, or even playing a sport with friends can be enjoyable alternatives to the gym while still getting in a good workout.
How can someone track their fitness progress effectively?
Keeping a workout journal, using fitness apps, or wearing a fitness tracker can help you monitor your progress and stay motivated.
Time management is another crucial aspect of leading a balanced life. Let's talk about how to make the most of your day. Sarah, do you have any time management tips?
Absolutely, John. One of the best strategies is to prioritize tasks by importance and urgency. This way, you're focusing on what really matters first.
What are some effective ways to prioritize tasks?
The Eisenhower matrix, which divides tasks into 4 categories: urgent and important, important but not urgent, urgent but not important, and neither, can help you prioritize effectively.
How can someone avoid procrastination?
Breaking tasks into smaller, manageable steps and setting short deadlines can help combat procrastination. Also, rewarding yourself for completing tasks can be motivating.
What are some time management tools that can be helpful?
Tools like Google Calendar, Trello, or productivity apps like Todoist can help you keep track of tasks and deadlines efficiently.
How can someone balance work and personal tasks during the day?
Time blocking can be effective. Allocate specific time slots for work and personal tasks, and try to stick to the schedule as closely as possible.
What role does goal setting play in time management?
Setting clear, achievable goals gives you direction and helps you focus your time and energy on what's most important.
How can someone handle unexpected interruptions during the day?
It's important to be flexible. Try to build some buffer time into your schedule for unexpected events, and learn to say no when necessary to stay on track.
What are some strategies for managing time in a busy household?
Creating a family calendar, delegating tasks, and having regular family meetings to plan the week can help manage time more effectively in a busy household.
How can someone make the most of their mornings?
Starting the day with a clear plan, getting some exercise, and tackling your most important tasks first can set a positive tone for the rest of the day.
What are the benefits of taking breaks during work?
Taking regular breaks can help maintain focus, reduce stress, and increase overall productivity. The Pomodoro technique, which involves working for 25 minutes followed by a short break, is one effective method.
How can someone stay focused on their tasks throughout the day?
Eliminating distractions, setting clear goals for each work session, and taking regular breaks can help maintain focus and productivity.
Now we're diving into a topic that many English learners face: daily English language challenges and how to overcome them. Learning English can come with a variety of obstacles, from unexpected language barriers to confusing grammar rules. Let's explore some common issues and share strategies for dealing with them.
Absolutely, overcoming these challenges is key to making progress. One common issue is handling unexpected language barriers, especially when you encounter unfamiliar words or phrases.
Yes, language barriers can be daunting. What are some strategies for managing these situations?
One effective method is to use context clues to infer the meaning of unknown words. Also, don't hesitate to ask for clarification or use translation apps if necessary. Keeping a vocabulary journal where you write.
That's a great approach. What about grammar rules? They can sometimes be confusing. How can learners tackle tricky grammar points?
Breaking down complex grammar rules into smaller, manageable parts can make them easier to understand. Practice through exercises and real-life application helps solidify your grasp. Additionally, using grammar check tools and seeking feedback from native speakers can provide guidance.
How can learners deal with pronunciation challenges?
Listening to native speakers and mimicking their pronunciation is a good technique. Practicing with tongue twisters and recording yourself can also help. Regularly engaging in conversations and seeking feedback on your pronunciation is crucial.
Let's talk about confidence. Many learners struggle with speaking confidently. What can they do to improve their speaking skills?
Starting with simple conversations and gradually increasing the complexity can build confidence. Practicing with language exchange partners or joining conversation groups provides a supportive environment. It's also helpful to focus on communication rather than perfection.
What about vocabulary retention? How can learners ensure they remember and use new words effectively?
Using new vocabulary in sentences and daily conversations helps reinforce learning. Spaced repetition systems, like flashcard apps, are effective for long-term retention. Associating new words with images or contexts can also aid memory.
Handling idiomatic expressions can be challenging. How can learners better understand and use idioms?
Exposure to idiomatic expressions through reading and listening to native speakers is key. Practice using idioms in context, and try to learn their meanings and usage. Engaging in conversations where idioms are used can help you get a better grasp.
What are some effective ways to practice listening skills daily?
Listening to podcasts, watching TV shows or movies, and engaging with English media are great ways to practice. Try to vary your sources to get accustomed to different accents and speaking speeds. Taking notes on what you hear can also improve comprehension.
How can learners stay motivated when they hit a plateau?
Setting small, achievable goals can help maintain motivation. Reflect on your progress and celebrate milestones. Joining study groups or finding a language partner can provide support and keep you engaged.
What strategies can help with writing challenges, such as organizing thoughts and structuring essays?
Creating outlines before writing helps organize your thoughts. Practice writing regularly and seek feedback to improve your structure and coherence. Reading well-written essays and articles can also provide examples of effective writing techniques.
What are some common daily obstacles in learning English?
Common obstacles include understanding slang, mastering grammar rules, handling pronunciation issues, and retaining vocabulary. These challenges can be addressed with targeted practice and seeking feedback.
How can context clues help with unknown vocabulary?
Context clues involve using the surrounding text to infer the meaning of unfamiliar words. Look for definitions, synonyms, or explanations within the sentence or passage to understand new vocabulary.
What are effective methods for improving English grammar understanding?
Breaking grammar rules into smaller parts, practicing through exercises, using grammar check tools, and seeking feedback from native speakers are effective methods for mastering grammar.
How can learners overcome pronunciation difficulties?
Practice mimicking native speakers, use tongue twisters, record yourself, and engage in conversations with native speakers to improve pronunciation.
What are some tips for gaining confidence in speaking English?
Start with simple conversations, practice regularly with language partners, focus on communication rather than perfection, and gradually increase the complexity of your conversations.
How can vocabulary retention be improved?
Use new words and sentences, employ spaced repetition systems, and associate words with images or contexts to enhance vocabulary retention.
What strategies can help learners understand idiomatic expressions?
Exposure through reading and listening, practicing in context, and learning meanings and usage of idioms can help in understanding and using idiomatic expressions.
How can listening skills be practiced daily?
Listen to podcasts, watch TV shows or movies, engage with English media, and vary your sources to become familiar with different accents and speaking speeds.
What should learners do when they feel stuck in their language learning progress?
Set small, achievable goals, reflect on progress, celebrate milestones, and engage with study groups or language partners to overcome plateaus.
How can creating outlines help with writing in English?
Outlines help organize thoughts and structure writing. They provide a clear plan for the introduction, body, and conclusion, improving coherence and flow.
What are some strategies for dealing with unexpected language barriers?
Use context clues, ask for clarification, use translation apps, and keep a vocabulary journal to handle language barriers effectively.
How can learners improve their understanding of complex grammar rules?
Break down rules into smaller parts, practice with exercises, use grammar check tools, and seek feedback from native speakers for better comprehension.
What role does listening to native speakers play in improving pronunciation?
Listening to native speakers helps learners mimic correct pronunciation and intonation, improving their own speaking skills through exposure and practice.
How can practicing with tongue twisters benefit pronunciation?
Tongue twisters challenge your articulation and pronunciation, helping improve clarity and fluency in speaking by practicing difficult sounds.
What are some ways to integrate new vocabulary into daily use?
Use new words in conversations, write sentences with them, and review them regularly with flashcards or spaced repetition systems to reinforce learning.
How can idiomatic expressions be incorporated into daily conversations?
Practice using idioms in context, learn their meanings, and use them in conversations to become more comfortable with idiomatic language.
What methods can help with understanding different English accents?
Listen to diverse English media, engage in conversations with speakers from various regions, and practice active listening to get accustomed to different accents.
How can vocabulary journals be useful in language learning?
Vocabulary journals help learners track new words, their meanings, and usage. Reviewing and revising entries regularly reinforces vocabulary retention.
What is the importance of celebrating small milestones in language learning?
Celebrating milestones boosts motivation and provides a sense of accomplishment, helping maintain enthusiasm and commitment to learning.
How can exposure to English media improve listening comprehension?
Regular exposure to English media helps familiarize learners with different accents, vocabulary, and conversational patterns, enhancing overall listening skills.
How can learners use feedback to improve their writing skills?
Constructive feedback helps identify areas for improvement, refine writing techniques, and enhance clarity, coherence, and overall quality of writing.
What are some common grammar mistakes to watch out for?
Common mistakes include subject-verb agreement errors, incorrect tense usage, and misuse of articles and prepositions. Practice and review can help address these issues.
How can learners balance grammar practice with real-life language use?
Integrate grammar practice into real-life language use by applying rules in conversations and writing exercises. Use practical applications to reinforce learning.
What strategies can help learners handle language-related stress?
Practice relaxation techniques, set realistic goals, focus on gradual progress, and seek support from language partners or tutors to manage stress.
How can using language exchange partners benefit learners?
Language exchange partners provide real-life practice, feedback, and cultural insights, helping learners improve language skills and gain confidence.
What are some effective ways to practice speaking English daily?
Engage in conversations with native speakers, join language exchange groups, practice speaking on various topics, and use language learning apps to practice speaking regularly.
How can learners make use of online language resources effectively?
Utilize online resources such as grammar guides, vocabulary lists, language forums, and interactive exercises to supplement learning and address specific challenges.
What role does reading play in improving English comprehension?
Reading enhances comprehension by exposing learners to diverse vocabulary, sentence structures, and writing styles. It also improves grammar and contextual understanding.
How can learners build a supportive language learning community?
Join language learning groups, participate in forums, connect with other learners and native speakers, and engage in collaborative activities to build a supportive community.
What are some ways to make English learning more engaging and enjoyable?
Incorporate games, interactive activities, and creative exercises into learning. Explore topics of personal interest and use multimedia resources to keep learning enjoyable.
How can learners track their progress effectively?
Use language learning apps, maintain journals, set specific.
Today, we have a very special guest, Emily, who is here to share valuable insights on preparing for job interviews. Emily, it's great to have you with us.
Thank you, Tom. I'm excited to be here and discuss such an important topic. Preparing for job interviews is crucial for making a great impression and securing the job you want.
Absolutely. So, let's dive right in. Emily, could you start by telling us a bit about yourself and your experience with job interviews?
Sure, Tom. I've been working in human resources for over 10 years. During this time, I've conducted and participated in numerous job interviews across various industries. I've also trained many candidates on how to excel in interviews.
That's fantastic experience. For our listeners who might be new to job interviews, what are the basic steps to prepare for one?
Great question. To start, you should research the company and the role you're applying for. Understand their values, mission, and the job responsibilities. Next, prepare answers for common interview questions and practice them. Finally, make sure you have a professional outfit ready and know the location or virtual setup for the interview.
Let's talk about the first impression. How important is it to make a good first impression during an interview?
It's extremely important. The first impression sets the tone for the rest of the interview. Smile, offer a firm handshake, and make eye contact. Being polite and enthusiastic can help create a positive impression right from the start.
How should candidates introduce themselves at the beginning of an interview?
Start with a brief introduction of yourself, including your name and a quick summary of your professional background. For example, "Hi, I'm Emily Johnson. I have 5 years of experience in marketing and I'm passionate about creating engaging content." Keep it concise and relevant to the job.
What are some common questions candidates should expect during a job interview?
Common questions include, "Can you tell me about yourself? Why do you want to work here? What are your strengths and weaknesses? And why should we hire you?" It's a good idea to prepare thoughtful answers for these questions.
How can candidates effectively answer the question, "What are your strengths?"
When discussing your strengths, choose qualities that are relevant to the job. For instance, if you're applying for a project management role, you might say, "One of my strengths is my organizational skills. I have successfully managed multiple projects simultaneously by setting clear goals and deadlines."
And how about the question, "What are your weaknesses?" What's the best way to approach this?
Be honest but strategic. Choose a real weakness that you're working to improve. For example, "One of my weaknesses is public speaking. I've been taking courses and practicing to become more confident in presentations."
What strategies can candidates use to handle difficult questions during an interview?
Stay calm and take a moment to think before you answer. If you don't know the answer, it's okay to admit it and explain how you would approach finding a solution. For example, "I don't have experience with that specific software, but I am a quick learner and would be eager to get up to speed with it."
How important is it to ask questions during an interview?
Very important. Asking questions shows that you're interested in the role and have done your homework. You might ask about the team you'll be working with, the company culture, or opportunities for professional development.
What are some good questions to ask the interviewer?
Some good questions include, "Can you describe the day-to-day responsibilities of this role? How do you measure success for this position? And what are the next steps in the hiring process?"
Can you give us some tips on how to follow up after an interview?
Absolutely. Send a thank you email within 24 hours of the interview. Express your appreciation for the opportunity, reiterate your interest in the position, and mention something specific you discussed during the interview. It helps keep you on the interviewer's mind.
How can candidates effectively prepare for a virtual interview?
Test your technology ahead of time to ensure everything works smoothly. Choose a quiet, well-lit space for the interview and dress professionally, even though it's virtual. Make sure to look at the camera when speaking, to create a more personal connection.
Emily, what are some common mistakes candidates make during interviews?
Common mistakes include being unprepared, speaking negatively about previous employers, and failing to ask questions. It's crucial to prepare thoroughly, stay positive, and engage with the interviewer.
What role does body language play in an interview?
Body language is very important. Maintain good posture, make eye contact, and use gestures to express enthusiasm. Avoid crossing your arms or looking disinterested, as these can give the wrong impression.
How can candidates demonstrate their problem-solving skills during an interview?
Share specific examples of challenges you've faced and how you addressed them. Use the STAR method, situation, task, action, result, to structure your answers clearly.
Can you explain the STAR method in more detail?
Certainly. The STAR method stands for situation, task, action, and result. Describe the situation you faced, the task you needed to accomplish, the actions you took, and the result of your efforts. This method helps you provide a structured and complete answer.
How should candidates handle questions about salary expectations?
Research industry standards for the role you're applying for before the interview. Provide a salary range based on this research and be prepared to discuss your expectations in relation to the responsibilities of the position.
What's the best way to discuss gaps in employment during an interview?
Be honest and straightforward. Explain the reason for the gap and what you did during that time, such as gaining new skills, volunteering, or other productive activities. Focus on how you're ready to re-enter the workforce and contribute.
How can candidates show they're a good fit for the company culture?
Research the company culture and align your answers with their values and work environment. Share examples of how your values and work style match those of the company.
What should candidates do if they don't understand a question during the interview?
Ask for clarification if you don't understand a question. It's better to get it right than to guess. You might say, "Could you please elaborate on that question? I want to make sure I answer it correctly."
How can candidates make sure they're answering questions effectively?
Listen carefully to the question and take a moment to organize your thoughts before answering. Make your answers clear and concise, and relate them to the job you're applying for.
Can you give us an example of a strong answer to the question, "Why do you want to work here?"
Sure. A strong answer might be, "I'm excited about the opportunity to work here because I admire your company's commitment to innovation and community service. My background in project management aligns well with the goals of your team, and I'm eager to contribute to your ongoing success."
How can candidates demonstrate their enthusiasm for the role?
Show genuine interest by discussing what excites you about the role and the company. Your enthusiasm should come through in your answers, body language, and questions.
What should candidates do if they're asked a question they weren't expecting?
Stay calm and take a moment to think. If needed, ask for a moment to gather your thoughts. It's okay to take a brief pause to ensure you provide a well-considered answer.
How can candidates prepare for questions about teamwork?
Think about past experiences where you worked as part of a team. Be ready to discuss specific examples of how you contributed to team goals, handled conflicts, and collaborated effectively.
What's the best way to address questions about your long-term career goals?
Connect your goals to the role you're applying for. Explain how the position fits into your career plans and how you see yourself growing within the company.
How should candidates handle questions about handling stress or pressure?
Share examples of how you've successfully managed stress in the past. Discuss techniques you use to stay focused and maintain performance under pressure.
What role does preparation play in handling unexpected questions?
Preparation helps you stay confident and think on your feet. By reviewing common interview questions and practicing your answers, you'll be better equipped to handle unexpected questions.
How can candidates effectively discuss their achievements?
Highlight specific accomplishments and use quantifiable results when possible. For example, I increased sales by 20% over 6 months by implementing a new marketing strategy. This shows your impact and effectiveness.
What are some ways to demonstrate problem-solving skills in an interview?
Provide clear examples of past problems you've solved. Describe the situation, your approach to solving it, and the outcome. This shows your ability to think critically and take action.
How can candidates convey their ability to adapt to change?
Share examples of how you've successfully adapted to changes in the past. Discuss any new skills you've learned or strategies you've used to handle changes effectively.
What's the best approach to discussing past job experiences?
Focus on your accomplishments and what you learned from each role. Highlight experiences that are relevant to the position you're applying for and demonstrate your growth over time.
How should candidates handle questions about their educational background?
Discuss how your education has prepared you for the role. Highlight relevant courses, projects, and skills gained that are applicable to the job.
What should candidates do if they're asked a question about their personal life?
Keep your answer professional and relevant to the job. Share information that highlights your skills, interests, or experiences that relate to the position.
How can candidates show their leadership skills during an interview?
Share examples of times when you took initiative or led a project. Discuss how you motivated others, managed resources, and achieved goals.
What's the best way to address questions about gaps in experience or skills?
Be honest about any gaps and explain how you're working to address them. Discuss any relevant training or experiences you've pursued to improve your skills.
How important is it to research the interviewer before the interview?
Researching the interviewer can be beneficial. It helps you understand their background and interests, which can help you tailor your responses and build a connection.
What's the best way to handle a situation where you're asked a question about a controversial topic?
Respond carefully and professionally. Stick to factual information and avoid expressing strong personal opinions. Focus on how you handle such topics in a respectful and objective manner.
How should candidates respond if they're asked about their work-life balance preferences?
Discuss your approach to work-life balance honestly and how you manage it effectively. Emphasize your commitment to meeting job responsibilities while maintaining a healthy balance.
What should candidates keep in mind when discussing their availability?
Be clear about your availability and any potential constraints. If you have flexibility, mention it. If there are limitations, discuss how you can still meet the job requirements.
How can candidates demonstrate their fit for a specific team?
Highlight experiences where you worked successfully in similar team environments. Discuss your ability to collaborate and contribute to team goals.
What are some tips for handling technical questions in an interview?
Prepare by reviewing relevant technical skills and concepts. If you're unsure about a question, explain your thought process and approach to solving the problem.
How should candidates discuss their professional development during an interview?
Talk about any ongoing education, certifications, or skills you're working on. Show your commitment to continuous improvement and how it benefits your professional growth.
What's the best way to discuss your approach to teamwork?
Provide examples of how you've worked effectively with others. Discuss your role in the team, how you handle conflicts, and how you contribute to achieving team goals.
How can candidates effectively prepare for case study questions?
Practice case studies relevant to the role. Focus on understanding the problem, analyzing the data, and presenting a clear and structured solution.
What should candidates do if they're asked about their hobbies or interests?
Share hobbies that reflect positive qualities or skills relevant to the job. For example, if you're applying for a leadership role, discussing your involvement in team sports could be a good example.
How can candidates convey their enthusiasm for the company's mission?
Research the company's mission and values. Discuss how they align with your personal values and how you're excited to contribute to their goals.
What's the best way to follow up if you don't hear back after the interview?
Send a polite follow-up email thanking the interviewer for the opportunity and expressing your continued interest in the position. Ask for an update on the hiring process.
Finally, Emily, what advice do you have for someone who's nervous about an upcoming interview?
Practice thoroughly to build confidence. Remember, interviews are a two-way street. You're also evaluating if the company is the right fit for you. Stay positive, prepare well, and believe in your abilities.
Thank you so much, Emily, for all these insightful tips and advice. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you, Tom. It was great to share these tips, and I hope they help your listeners succeed in their job interviews.
To our listeners, we hope you found this episode helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and leave comments. Your feedback is important to us. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the English Speaking Podcast. What do you do for a living?
I work as a graphic designer. I create visual content for websites and social media. It's a creative job, and I really enjoy working with different design tools and collaborating with clients.
Where do you live?
I live in New York City. It's a bustling place with a lot of cultural diversity. There are always events happening and places to explore, which makes it an exciting city to live in.
What time do you usually wake up?
I usually wake up at 6:30 a.m. I like to start my day early because it gives me time to exercise and have a leisurely breakfast before heading to work.
How often do you exercise?
I exercise 3 times a week. I go to the gym on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It helps me stay healthy and relieve stress.
What do you like to do in your free time?
In my free time, I enjoy reading books and going for walks in the park. I also like trying out new recipes and cooking for my family and friends.
Do you like your job?
Yes, I like my job a lot. It's challenging and allows me to be creative. I also appreciate the opportunities for professional growth and the supportive team I work with.
How do you usually get to work?
I usually take the subway to work. It's convenient and avoids the hassle of city traffic. I also use the time to catch up on reading or listen to podcasts.
What kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to a variety of music genres, including pop, rock, and classical. It depends on my mood. Sometimes I enjoy relaxing with classical music, while other times I like the energy of pop music.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, I have a dog named Max. He's a golden retriever and is very friendly. We go for long walks together, and he loves playing fetch in the backyard.
What are your hobbies?
My hobbies include gardening, painting, and hiking. I find gardening very relaxing, painting helps me express my creativity, and hiking is a great way to enjoy nature and stay active.
Are you watching TV?
No, I'm not watching TV right now. I'm reading a book about history. It's fascinating and helps me learn more about different historical events and figures.
What is your friend doing?
My friend is studying for her exams. She's been spending a lot of time in the library, preparing for her final tests. She's determined to do well and graduate with honors.
Are you cooking dinner?
Yes, I'm cooking dinner at the moment. I'm preparing a pasta dish with vegetables and a homemade sauce. I enjoy cooking because it allows me to try new recipes and flavors.
What are your colleagues working on?
My colleagues are working on a marketing campaign for a new product launch. They're brainstorming ideas and creating promotional materials to attract potential customers.
Is your sister taking a class?
Yes, my sister is taking a painting class. She's really passionate about art and wants to improve her skills. She spends her weekends at the art studio working on her paintings.
What are you planning for the weekend?
I'm planning to go hiking in the mountains this weekend. I've heard the views are beautiful, and it will be a great way to relax and enjoy nature.
Are you reading any interesting books?
Yes, I'm reading a book about personal development. It offers valuable insights on improving productivity and achieving goals. It's quite motivating and helpful.
What is your family doing today?
My family is having a get-together today. We're planning to have a barbecue and spend some quality time together. It's a nice way to catch up and enjoy each other's company.
Are you learning a new language?
Yes, I'm learning Spanish. I've been taking online classes and practicing speaking with native speakers. It's challenging, but I'm excited to become fluent in another language.
What did you do yesterday?
Yesterday, I went to the beach with some friends. We spent the day swimming and relaxing in the sun. In the evening, we had dinner at a seaside restaurant and watched the sunset.
Did you watch a movie last night?
Yes, I watched a movie last night. I saw a new action film that had great special effects and an exciting plot. It was a fun way to unwind after a busy day.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in a small town in Texas. It was a peaceful place with a close-knit community. I have fond memories of playing outside and spending time with friends and family.
What did you eat for breakfast today?
For breakfast today, I had scrambled eggs with toast and a glass of orange juice. It's a simple but satisfying meal that helps me start my day on a good note.
Did you travel anywhere last summer?
Yes, I traveled to Europe last summer. I visited France, Italy, and Spain. It was an amazing experience, and I enjoyed exploring different cultures and trying new foods.
What was the last book you read?
The last book I read was a mystery novel. It had a complex plot with unexpected twists. I couldn't put it down until I finished it, and it kept me guessing until the end.
Did you have a pet when you were a child?
Yes, I had a cat when I was a child. Her name was Whiskers, and she was very playful. I remember spending a lot of time with her, and she was a beloved part of our family.
What was your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject in school was history. I enjoyed learning about different historical events and figures. It fascinated me how the past shaped the present.
Where did you go on your last vacation?
On my last vacation, I went to Japan. I visited Tokyo and Kyoto, where I explored temples, gardens, and tried authentic Japanese cuisine. It was an enriching experience.
Did you learn any new skills last year?
Yes, last year I learned how to play the guitar. I took lessons and practiced regularly. It was challenging at first, but now I can play some of my favorite songs.
What will you do next weekend?
Next weekend, I will visit my grandparents. We plan to have a family gathering and catch up on each other's lives. I'm looking forward to spending quality time with them.
Will you watch the new movie coming out?
Yes, I will watch the new movie that's coming out. It looks really interesting, and I've heard good reviews about it. I'm excited to see it on the big screen.
What are you going to do tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I am going to attend a workshop on digital marketing. It's a great opportunity to learn new strategies and techniques that can help improve my skills in the field.
Will you travel abroad this year?
I hope to travel abroad this year. I'm considering a trip to Canada to explore its beautiful landscapes and experience its vibrant culture. I'm still planning the details.
What will your next project be about?
My next project will be about creating an interactive website for a nonprofit organization. The goal is to design a user-friendly site that effectively communicates the organization's mission.
Will you start a new hobby soon?
Yes, I plan to start a new hobby soon. I'm thinking about learning photography. I've always been interested in capturing beautiful moments and would love to develop this skill.
What are you going to do this evening?
This evening, I am going to cook a special dinner for my family. I'm trying out a new recipe, and I hope it turns out well. We'll enjoy the meal together and have a relaxing evening.
Will you attend any events this month?
Yes, I will attend a few events this month. I have tickets to a concert and a local festival. I'm excited to experience live music and enjoy the activities at the festival.
What will you buy with your next paycheck?
With my next paycheck, I plan to buy a new laptop. My current one is getting old, and I need a more powerful machine for work and personal projects.
Will you participate in any sports this year?
Yes, I will participate in a local soccer league this year. I've always enjoyed playing soccer, and joining the league will give me a chance to stay active and meet new people.
Who is your favorite author?
My favorite author is J.K. Rowling. I love the Harry Potter series because it's filled with magic, adventure, and well-developed characters. Her storytelling is truly captivating.
What did you do last weekend?
Last weekend, I visited a museum with some friends. We explored various exhibits and learned about art and history. It was an educational and enjoyable experience.
Where are you planning to go for vacation?
I am planning to go to Italy for vacation. I want to explore cities like Rome, Florence, and Venice. I'm excited to experience the rich history and delicious cuisine.
Why do you enjoy gardening?
I enjoy gardening because it's relaxing and allows me to connect with nature. It's fulfilling to see plants grow and thrive, and it gives me a sense of accomplishment.
When did you start learning English?
I started learning English when I was in elementary school. It was part of the curriculum, and over the years, I developed a strong interest in improving my language skills.
How often do you visit your family?
I visit my family about once a month. We try to get together for special occasions and holidays. It's important to me to maintain a close relationship with them.
What are you doing for your birthday this year?
For my birthday this year, I'm planning a small party with friends and family. We'll have dinner, play games, and celebrate together. I'm looking forward to a fun and memorable day.
Who did you meet at the conference?
At the conference, I met several professionals in my field. I connected with a few potential collaborators and learned a lot from the keynote speakers and panel discussions.
What are your goals for this year?
My goals for this year include improving my fitness, advancing in my career, and traveling to new places. I'm setting specific targets to achieve these goals and stay motivated.
Why did you choose your current job?
I chose my current job because it aligns with my passion for design and creativity. It offers opportunities for growth and allows me to work on projects that interest me.
What have you been doing lately?
Lately, I've been working on a new design project. I've been putting a lot of effort into it to make sure it meets the client's expectations. It's been keeping me busy.
Have you ever traveled to Asia?
Yes, I have traveled to Asia. I visited Thailand and Japan a few years ago. Both countries had unique cultures and beautiful landscapes that I really enjoyed exploring.
Will you be attending the meeting tomorrow?
Yes, I will be attending the meeting tomorrow. I have prepared my presentation and am looking forward to discussing the new project with the team.
What did you used to do on weekends when you were a child?
When I was a child, I used to go to the park with my friends on weekends. We would play sports, have picnics, and enjoy the outdoors. It was always a lot of fun.
Where will you be staying during your trip?
During my trip, I will be staying at a cozy bed and breakfast in the countryside. It's supposed to be a charming place with beautiful views and a relaxing atmosphere.
How long have you been learning to play the guitar?
I have been learning to play the guitar for about 6 months. I started taking lessons and practicing regularly. It's been a rewarding experience, and I'm seeing progress.
Did you visit any interesting places last year?
Yes, last year I visited several interesting places. I went to a historic town and explored its old buildings and museums. It was a great way to learn about the area's history.
What will you be doing at this time tomorrow?
At this time tomorrow, I will be attending a webinar on digital marketing. I'm looking forward to learning new strategies and networking with other professionals in the field.
Why did you decide to move to a new city?
I decided to move to a new city for career opportunities and a change of scenery. The new city offers more job prospects and has a vibrant culture that I'm excited to experience.
Who are you going to invite to your party?
I'm going to invite my close friends and family to my party. I want to celebrate with the people who are important to me and make the occasion special for everyone.
Have you ever tried skydiving?
No, I have never tried skydiving. I've heard it's an exhilarating experience, but I haven't had the opportunity to do it yet. Maybe one day I'll give it a try.
What have you accomplished this year?
This year, I have accomplished several goals. I've completed a major project at work, started a new hobby, and improved my fitness. It's been a productive and fulfilling year.
Have you visited any new countries recently?
Yes, I have visited a few new countries recently. I traveled to Canada and Mexico. Both trips were wonderful, and I enjoyed exploring different cultures and cuisines.
How long have you lived in your current home?
I have lived in my current home for about 3 years. It's a comfortable place, and I've made many happy memories here. I'm looking forward to continuing to live here.
Have you ever met a famous person?
Yes, I have met a famous person. I once met an author at a book signing event. It was exciting to talk to someone whose work I admire and to get a signed copy of their book.
What have you learned from your recent experiences?
From my recent experiences, I have learned the importance of adaptability and perseverance. I've faced various challenges, and overcoming them has helped me grow both personally and professionally.
Have you ever participated in a marathon?
No, I have never participated in a marathon. However, I have considered training for one in the future. It seems like a great way to challenge myself and stay fit.
What new skills have you acquired this year?
This year, I have acquired new skills in digital marketing and graphic design. I've taken online courses and applied what I've learned to my work, which has been very rewarding.
Have you ever lived abroad?
No, I have never lived abroad. I've traveled to various countries, but I haven't had the chance to live in another country for an extended period.
What experiences have shaped your career?
Several experiences have shaped my career, including internships, professional projects, and networking events. Each experience has provided valuable insights and helped me advance in my field.
How long have you been studying English?
I have been studying English for several years. I started in school and continued through various courses and practice sessions. It's an ongoing process, and I keep improving my skills.
What have you been working on lately?
Lately, I have been working on a research project related to environmental sustainability. It involves collecting data, analyzing results, and preparing a report for publication.
How long have you been exercising regularly?
I have been exercising regularly for about 6 months. I started a fitness routine that includes jogging and strength training. It's become a healthy habit that I enjoy maintaining.
What have you been doing to improve your skills?
I have been taking online courses and attending workshops to improve my skills. I also practice regularly and seek feedback from peers to continue growing professionally.
How long have you been planning your upcoming trip?
I have been planning my upcoming trip for a few months. I've been researching destinations, booking accommodations, and organizing an itinerary to ensure a smooth and enjoyable trip.
What projects have you been working on recently?
Recently, I have been working on developing a new website for a client. It involves designing the layout, coding functionalities, and ensuring that the site meets the client's requirements.
How long have you been following this blog?
I have been following this blog for about a year. It offers valuable insights and updates on topics I'm interested in, and I find it informative and engaging.
What have you been learning about in your free time?
In my free time, I have been learning about photography techniques. I've been experimenting with different camera settings and editing software to enhance my skills.
How long have you been working from home?
I have been working from home for over a year now. It has been an adjustment, but I've established a productive routine and enjoy the flexibility it offers.
What hobbies have you been pursuing recently?
Recently, I have been pursuing hobbies such as painting and gardening. I find these activities relaxing and fulfilling, and they provide a creative outlet for me.
What were you doing at 8 p.m. last night?
Last night at 8 p.m., I was watching a documentary on wildlife conservation. I was fascinated by the information about different animal species and their habitats.
What were your friends doing when you arrived?
When I arrived, my friends were setting up for a party. They were decorating the room and preparing snacks. They were excited to have everyone over for the celebration.
What were you studying in college?
In college, I was studying computer science. My courses included programming, data structures, and software development. It was a challenging but rewarding field of study.
What were you wearing at the last event you attended?
At the last event I attended, I was wearing a formal suit. It was a business networking event, and I wanted to make a professional impression.
What was your family doing when you called them?
When I called my family, they were having dinner together. They were chatting and enjoying a meal. It was nice to hear their voices and catch up with them.
What were you thinking about when you saw the news?
When I saw the news, I was thinking about how the event might impact the community. I was concerned and wanted to learn more about the situation and any potential solutions.
What were you doing when you received the good news?
When I received the good news, I was working on a project at my desk. I was pleasantly surprised and took a moment to celebrate the achievement.
What were you hoping to achieve last year?
Last year, I was hoping to achieve significant progress in my career. I aimed to take on more responsibilities and develop new skills to advance in my profession.
What were your colleagues discussing in the meeting?
In the meeting, my colleagues were discussing the progress of ongoing projects and planning upcoming tasks. They were also brainstorming ideas for improving team collaboration.
What were you planning to do this weekend?
This weekend, I was planning to relax and catch up on some reading. I also intended to go for a hike if the weather was nice. It was meant to be a restful and enjoyable time.
What will you be doing at this time next week?
At this time next week, I will be attending a conference on technology trends. I will be listening to keynote speakers and participating in various sessions and workshops.
Will you be working on any projects this month?
Yes, I will be working on a few projects this month. I will be focusing on developing new marketing materials and collaborating with my team on upcoming campaigns.
What will you be studying in the upcoming semester?
In the upcoming semester, I will be studying advanced topics in machine learning. I am looking forward to delving deeper into the subject and applying new techniques.
What will you be doing for your vacation?
For my vacation, I will be exploring several national parks. I will be hiking, camping, and enjoying the natural beauty of the outdoors. It's going to be an adventurous trip.
Will you be attending the event next month?
Yes, I will be attending the event next month. I'm looking forward to it because it will feature interesting speakers and offer networking opportunities with industry professionals.
What will your friends be doing this weekend?
This weekend, my friends will be participating in a local festival. They will be enjoying live music, food stalls, and various activities. It sounds like a fun event.
Where will you be staying during your business trip?
During my business trip, I will be staying at a hotel near the conference center. It's conveniently located, and I'll be able to easily attend all the scheduled meetings and sessions.
What will you be working on in your next role?
In my next role, I will be working on developing new software solutions. I'll be involved in designing, coding, and testing applications to meet clients' needs.
Will you be taking any courses this year?
Yes, I will be taking several courses this year. I plan to enroll in classes on project management and advanced data analysis to enhance my skills and knowledge.
What will you be focusing on in your personal development?
In my personal development, I will be focusing on improving my leadership skills. I plan to take workshops and read books on effective leadership to grow in this area.
Have you finished your project yet?
Yes, I have finished my project. I completed it last week and submitted it to the client. They were very pleased with the results, and I'm happy with how it turned out.
What will you be doing after the meeting?
After the meeting, I will be working on the action items we discussed. I plan to follow up with team members and start implementing the new strategies.
Did you enjoy the concert you attended last month?
Yes, I enjoyed the concert a lot. The performance was fantastic, and the energy in the crowd was amazing. It was a memorable experience.
How have you been preparing for your exams?
I have been preparing for my exams by studying regularly and practicing past papers. I've also been attending study groups and reviewing key topics.
What will you do if it rains on your trip?
If it rains on my trip, I will adjust my plans and visit indoor attractions instead. I'll also make sure to pack appropriate rain gear to stay comfortable.
Have you ever volunteered for a charity event?
Yes, I have volunteered for a charity event before. I helped organize a fundraiser and assisted with various tasks on the day of the event. It was a rewarding experience.
What were you thinking about when you heard the news?
When I heard the news, I was thinking about the implications it might have. I was trying to understand how it would affect the situation and what actions might be needed.
Will you be available for a call tomorrow?
Yes, I will be available for a call tomorrow. I have scheduled some time in my calendar to discuss the project updates and answer any questions.
How long have you been working on your current job?
I have been working in my current job for 2 years. I started as a junior designer and have since taken on more responsibilities and grown in my role.
What did you think of the new restaurant you visited?
I thought the new restaurant I visited was excellent. The food was delicious, and the ambience was charming. I would definitely recommend it to others.
Who was your favorite teacher in school?
My favorite teacher in school was my history teacher. She made the subject come alive with her engaging storytelling and deep knowledge of historical events.
What are you going to cook for dinner tonight?
For dinner tonight, I am going to cook a chicken stir-fry with vegetables. I will use a mix of fresh ingredients and some of my favorite spices to make it flavorful.
Where did you find that interesting book?
I found that interesting book at a local bookstore. It was displayed in the new arrivals section, and the summary on the back caught my attention.
Why did you choose that particular course?
I chose that particular course because it aligns with my career goals and interests. It covers topics that are essential for my professional development and future projects.
When did you start your new hobby?
I started my new hobby, painting, about 6 months ago. I took a beginner's class and have been practicing regularly since then. It's been a great creative outlet for me.
How did you learn to cook so well?
I learned to cook well by taking cooking classes and experimenting with different recipes at home. I also watched cooking shows and read various cookbooks for inspiration.
Who will be joining you for the trip?
For the trip, my close friends and I will be joining together. We have planned out the itinerary and are excited to explore new places and have fun experiences.
What were you doing when the power went out?
When the power went out, I was reading a book. It was a bit inconvenient, but I used the time to enjoy some candlelit reading and catch up on my favorite novel.
Where are you planning to go for your next holiday?
For my next holiday, I am planning to visit Australia. I want to explore Sydney, see the Great Barrier Reef, and experience the unique wildlife and landscapes.
Why did you decide to start a blog?
I decided to start a blog because I wanted to share my experiences and insights with others. It's a platform for me to write about topics I'm passionate about and connect with readers.
Have you ever tried sushi?
Yes, I have tried sushi. I had it for the first time during a trip to Japan, and I found it to be a delicious and unique culinary experience.
What have you been enjoying most about your job?
I have been enjoying the creative challenges and the opportunity to work on diverse projects. It's fulfilling to see my ideas come to life and contribute to the company's success.
Have you seen any good movies recently?
Yes, I have seen a few good movies recently. One of my favorites was a drama that had a compelling story and outstanding performances by the cast.
How long have you been working in your current position?
I have been working in my current position for about a year. I've learned a lot and have taken on various responsibilities that have helped me grow professionally.
What new activities have you tried this year?
This year, I have tried a few new activities, such as rock climbing and cooking international dishes. Each